All right.
What's up, guys?
I hope the volume's right. Is the
Check,
gain all the way up?
check.
That looks like
Looks
it.
like
Anyway,
Let me know if you can't hear us, guys.
today is Sunday, July the 28th. We're here at Bucketheads
You
again.
can speak up.
It's been a little while since we've done the podcast. No guests today, unfortunately.
That's poor planning on our part. We had a little club walking party last night that has left me a bit hungover.
All right.
Oops.
So now 2 weeks into the draft season.
Week dose. Oh, we didn't have a podcast last week. That's right. So
It's true. This is actually we had one on the rainout day.
yeah.
All right, so let's start by recapping some scores here. What are you looking for?
Jersey. Good. Talk. There we go. Sorry, I lost the prop.
All right, so our first week of games, which was week 2, were a lot of blowouts except for one game.
Yeah.
And I think that was strictly due to, I would say 99% due to captains not being fully prepared.
Well, I mean, it's tough. If you don't have experience with the players that you drafted, and you don't really know where to put them, and or necessarily how they're going to work with other players they've never played with before, it's tough. I know we played Kicking Kangaroos first week.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, tough team, but I think they need. Well, actually, that's a good point. So first week we played Kicking Kangaroos, and from a danger zone perspective, we know most of our key players, so we know how they play and where to play them, all that good stuff. I think Kicking Kangaroos has a little chemistry to play with and figure out where they're at. Because week 1, it was a good game. They were right there. They were right on the verge of scoring up on us too. Week 2, I watched them play, and it was a totally different team. Better chemistry. They just maybe they wanted it after that first week. But
Well, no, I'll say this. So
Definitely.
when I did the preseason rankings, I put them in number 2.
yeah,
Because I looked at their roster, I'm like, okay, I put this person here, this person there. Then they come out in week 1 against us, and I was a little like, this is not what I expected.
yeah. Well, it's
And that's kind of like what you mentioned, growing pains, learning
you
who
gotta
your players are.
You got to play. I think I saw a couple people playing positions they don't normally play, or at least where I wouldn't play them there. But that's something as draft captains you have to learn from and overcome. But like I said, week 2, I think they figured out a lot of stuff.
Right.
And I'm sorry, game number 2, they definitely looked like a whole different team at that point.
So I think the biggest surprise opening week, though, KPMG, their 17-1 win. I don't think anybody expected that.
Well, they've got all those soccer players.
That's true. They kicked a couple balls over the fence.
Crazy.
I lost 3 balls in week 1.
Yeah, we had a lot of. Well, I lost
3.
one too. Dogs.
Yeah, so one to a dog. I think 2 over the fence.
Hey.
Yeah, I went home with 1.
Cost of doing business. But so KPMG, I watched them play. I ref their game. Yeah, I ref them against Bunt Cheeks last week.
Okay.
Bunt Cheeks actually has surprised me thus far, and I definitely think they're a bit of a sleeper team that nobody really expected.
I would agree with that.
Especially after watching them last week. I mean, yeah, they've got some talent in there. A lot of people I don't know, so saw a lot of nice kicks, saw a lot of nice plays. They've got some experience on there. They got Brian Moore on the team. They've got Taub, Ryan,
Kevin.
I'm forgetting it. Kevin too.
Yeah.
Kevin's hand looks a lot better. I know we were worried about his hand because he hurt his hand at the circuit events. But so they've got a nasty pitcher, they've got a decent charger. Actually, they have 2 pitchers. I don't know. I gotta look at the roster again, but definitely a team to keep an eye on.
So again, mostly blowouts in week 1. The second week, it's labeled as week 3 on the screen there. Doubleheaders, lots of doubleheaders. We split out onto 3 fields, try to make up some of the games, get a head start on making up for a rainout. A lot of much closer games in this last week. So Kicking Kangaroos, only a 3-2 win over Nene's Kids. Danger Zone, we had a 9-3 win over Kicko
Danny's
Mode.
Kids is not a team to sleep on either. I mean, that's most of SKK from last season. So, I mean, they're missing a couple people, but that's a solid core of a team right there.
Yeah, and I think Kicko Mode probably would have had that score a little closer, but Davin was not there. So
He's
that
definitely a key part of that team.
that hurt him, I would say, a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely a powerful kicker,
I
very
mean,
powerful infielder.
I would say if Davin's there, that's probably more like a 7-5 score, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
probably.
I would say something like that.
KPMG picked up their second win against Your Mom's Scoregasms. It was our green draft team. I predicted Your Mom's Scoregasms 6 headed into the season. I think they got better from the first week that they played.
They had some tweaking to do from the first game. I mean, again, so depending on lineups, I mean, I know as far as Danger Zone is concerned, we played, number 1 seed plays number 2, number 3 right off the bat. Now we kind of leveled it out a little bit. Doesn't mean we're gonna go to sleep, but we're definitely gonna try. This is the opportunity where you start figuring out the chemistry and what you can try. Start swapping out newer players to different positions, see where they're at. You've had a chance to see your players on the field. You've seen what they can do kicking wise. I think this week is where some of the major changes in lineups are going to start coming in.
Right.
I know, like last week we actually had all of our higher end draft picks show up. Troy came back, or Troy came back from he was gone some Navy stuff or whatever, but Troy's back, and AJ, Kyle Lewis showed up. I mean, we had all our key players in the game, so Kickomo definitely came up against a pretty badass lineup. So it is what it is, but I'm ready to see some changes this week. I know I'm gonna make some changes, start playing some new players, give them some opportunities.
See, for the late games, Scoregasms picked up their first win of the season.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, what?
Kicking Kangaroos actually, again, Kicko Mode playing without Davin, but they beat Kicko Mode 6-2. And then Bunt Cheeks.
So Davin's not the only good player on that team, but I definitely think he has a
key role.
He brings a certain presence to the field. He's definitely a good leader on and off the field. I think. I'm not saying his replacement isn't. Well, they didn't have. No, Victoria was there. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. You gotta play it out. But again, everyone makes the playoffs. That's the games that matter. We'll figure it out by then.
And then for that last one, Bunt Cheeks knocked off KPMG.
Yes, he did. I watched that game. It was a good game, very good game. And this is why I'm saying that Bunt Cheeks is a sleeper team, because I saw a lot of good kicks and a lot of good fielding. KPMG, I got some good offense on their part. They're still playing with their infield a little bit, but I mean they don't do this every season like the rest of us do. But they'll figure it out. I have no doubt in my mind there.
All right, for standings. So after 2 weeks, obviously everybody hasn't played the same amount of games yet. That won't equalize out until a little bit later. But both Bunt Cheeks and Danger Zone.
That's another reason I'm saying they're a sleeper team.
Both 2-0. Level of competition, Bunt Cheeks has had a little bit easier games, but their games are only going to get harder. So we'll see where they are in a couple weeks.
They still had 2 games to figure out what works and doesn't work. So I think, if anything, they're just getting better. This goes back to what I was saying last season about newer established teams versus established players that are on the same team. The level of competition here, the better teams they play, the better they're going to get with newer players. In draft, that's absolutely applicable to everybody. More so for team chemistry, but so I think Bunt Cheeks is really just kind of warming up at this point. Obviously, we're going to be on the defense, but that's what we do.
One interesting thing here with the standings is the standings are rounded out by KPMG and Kicking Kangaroos sharing the 3rd and 4th spot. Kicko Mode and Your Mom's Scoregasms 5th and 6th. The biggest shocker for me on there is not even Bunt Cheeks undefeated so far. It's actually Nene's kids without a win. Is a shocker to me, and I do not expect it to stay that way. But
No.
that was a little surprising to me. A little
Trying
surprising.
to think. Again, I think it's chemistry. I think we had them pegged at what, a mid-tier
I
or
had
somewhere in the
them
middle.
at 4.
3 or 4,
I
yeah.
had them at 4.
Yeah, no, 4 is about right. But again, it's all so. I definitely say a lot of chemistry has to be played with. Depends who shows up too. Yeah. But I think Will and Janae will definitely. They'll work it out. They will definitely.
All right,
It's
so
middle of the season. We're still playing a lot of stuff.
in addition to the kickball standings, we also have the social standings. And I totally screwed up, and I didn't make a little splash screen for this. Unbelievable.
Good job, buddy.
I know, right? All right, so I'm just going to do a read through here. So first of all, we have a new point system this season.
Yep.
And the goal, and I've tweaked it a little bit every season, the goal is to, because sometimes you might be a really social person, and you're just on a team that doesn't want to do the social challenges, doesn't want to come out to the bar, don't want to play the bar games, whatever. And it's rough being on that team if you want to do the social stuff. So every season I've tried to tweak the points just a little bit, nothing too drastic, but tweak it so that, you know, still want to reward the teams that fully participate, but also don't let one team that maybe isn't really up to par on the whole social thing early in the season where they're not completely out of it late in the season. So this season, points shrunk a little bit. So bar turnout, if even one person from your team shows up, you get 1 point. If 7 or more of your team members show up, you get an additional point. So you get 1 or 2 points if you show up, depending on how many you have. The bar game, every team that plays the bar game gets a point. The winner of the bar game gets an additional point. Social challenge, your team attempts it at all. You know, basically you post your photo of whatever you did in the Facebook group.
Right.
You get a point for that. And if you're judged the best or the top social challenge, whether it's a photo submission or whatever theme week we're doing, your team gets an extra point for that. And the cool thing about this too is if you're the only person on your team and you want to go all out for theme weeks, you can get that extra point. You can win it even if your team doesn't want to get involved.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that levels it out.
And then my favorite one, the field point, which is helping with setup, breakdown, or the bag of trash that I set up at the field.
Yeah,
so.
I think the field cleanup got a little out of hand last week. But
yeah, we got some photos on that.
Oh, jeez.
Also, last week, best bar turnout yet ever for Monday night. We had, I don't know the exact count,
I'm very impressed with
but
this
well
season's-
above 60.
Yeah, this season's bar turnout has been fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Let's keep it up. Buckheads definitely takes care of us.
Yeah, we were running out of pictures. No,
Yeah.
I messaged John. I'm like, hey, John, can we get some more pictures? He's like, yeah, I got you. So we should have some more pictures here
Dude,
this
absolutely.
week so people keep getting their
I'm sure he's
beer.
all about it.
But help the bar staff out. Instead of everybody getting one picture at the same time, get one for your table and just, hey, one person gets one picture, one person gets the next will help out too.
I think that's been pretty much what I've seen happening. Is just everyone just rotates ordering pitchers at $5. I mean,
exactly. five
4 beers for $5. Can't beat that.
Speaking of social, new bar game, basketball.
Yep.
People seem to get pretty into it.
Yep.
Pretty
Saw
into
that.
it. Got to call out my teammate here, AJ. Popped up a huge score on his first game, and has went downhill after that. And actually, no, I
I
think
saw AJ practice on Wednesdays at Guy Fieri's. We got free arcades up there too. Now I get it. Okay. All right, AJ.
No,
I
so
see you.
he popped up I think a 60 or something ridiculous like that in his first round.
He was
score.
nasty to Troy.
Yeah.
Troy is pretty nasty.
Really?
Yeah, he got an 80, I think, up guys.
But
A little different rim, but
yeah, Alex has got a 60, and then we get in the championship against it was against Bunt Cheeks. We were against Bunt Cheeks for the
choked.
And
Man,
AJ had gone first every single time, but this time he's like, no, I'll go last, right? So, and me, like, I've been getting better as the night went
The
on.
pressure. The
Like,
pressure
I,
got things. All right.
I like won one, lost one, but it always been close. So Mafalda goes up first.
Yeah.
She wins her round
course
by
she
like
does.
6 points or something, or 9 points, I think. I win my round by like 6 points or something like that. So we're like, we got this, right? All AJ has to do is not lose big, and he loses by just enough. Just
Oops.
enough.
Can't win them all.
Exactly, but so John also said he's thinking about getting another basketball one for the other side of the bar.
Why not?
Deck out there. All right. Our social challenge was pyramid photo. A lot of teams got into that. We got the photos for that. So let me go through up the
My
photos.
back is still paying for that one.
Actually, we have a lot of photos. This is from week 1 and 2.
Oh, jeez. Photo time, guys.
So, all right. This is a team photo of New Kicks. Random photo bunch sheets. What do we have here? Kicko mode, team photo from opening week.
Yeah, bear with us. Catching up for 2 weeks here.
There's probably not in order too, so
That's
probably
all right.
jumping around.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. Yeah, I'm not in that because I took it.
That's all right. That's before our jerseys got here.
There is
Oh, look at that sexy
field
dude.
cleanup. There's Talbert. I know Talbert's watching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, you just joined. Oh, there's Davin. Way to show up, buddy.
All right. Kicking Kangaroos, team photo.
This is all pre-jerseys.
Whoa. I need to
Yeah.
watch those cones.
Yeah. You should definitely watch those cones. We are a bunch of degenerates, guys, just to let you know.
Nene's Kids, field cleanup.
I am very interested in
Oh,
soccer.
there's a pyramid photo.
Oh, yeah. So that's Danger Zone? Yeah. That's right. 2 knees in my back at one time. Yeah.
Nene's Kids. The smallest pyramid of all the submissions. It's probably Janae's fault.
Eh.
Whoa.
Whoa, hey. Who took that picture?
What are you doing there, Tom?
No hands. Hand check. Hand check.
All right. And it's Nene Kids team photo. Kicking Kangaroos pyramid. It's hard to see the pyramid because everyone's like standing around it, but it is a pyramid.
It's there. Again. Man, Dewey, get your dude. Get your dude.
Now, creative pyramid. They did it on
I'll
the.
give him that. You know what? Frankly, I'm kind of jealous. That probably hurt a lot less.
There's Scoregasm's pyramid photo.
No, so as Dangerous, we have the smallest girls in the league. Maybe I did that by design.
Scoregasm's week 1 team photo.
Boom.
There's a little bit cleaner photo.
I think you're
AJ
just
wasn't jumping up on that one.
doubling up photos now, buddy.
Okay, there's
double-
Butt Cheeks pyramid.
Yeah, double pyramid.
But see, they got like kind of 2, like one on the
Yeah.
left kind of and one on the right.
I like that.
They got a lot going on there. Another team photo.
Yeah, with half our guys in the background. Yeah. Crop them out.
Team photo. Oh, and I think the next one's the 4 Butt Cheeks players. So that's all of them, I believe. Just to make sure. Yep, that's all of our photos. All right. Covered the photos. So the winner of the Pyramid Photo Challenge is voted by your captain. So if you don't like the results, yell at your captain.
Yeah.
Danger zone.
Oh, and captains aren't allowed to vote for their own teams.
That is true. Captains aren't allowed to vote for their teams. Close second was Butt Cheeks.
I'm telling you, we have the smallest girls. It's easy to do. It's easy to do.
Let them all get just let them
Yeah.
all go up. Yep. All right. So I don't have anybody to ask about how do you like the rule changes.
We're past the
That's
rule
off
change
list.
portion of this.
That's true. It's a new season.
I will say in the draft, I think the rule changes now, especially for KPMG, because remember last year they had a tough time figuring out how
the
to
whole
bunt.
bunting game. Yep.
Yeah, now they don't have to do that anymore. So I think their kicking strategy is probably on point. I think everyone else has kind of figured it out. I know a lot of these people play multiple leagues, so
Right.
it's kind of old news at this point.
Yeah, most people pick it up pretty quick. So some breaking Club Waka news.
Yeah.
Club Waka just. I'm assuming I can talk about this. Oh well. Anyway,
Go for it.
just entered basically a partnership, and I don't know all the companies involved or anything like that. They entered a partnership with. I'm assuming some common companies that make custom shirts for a lot of times travel and tournament teams. So the way this will work, they're going to launch it, I think August is so next month sometime they're supposed to launch it. And basically be able to easily go to one of these vendors, order your team's t-shirts, and receive a discount off the normal rate.
Yeah, so basically, you guys see some of the teams out there. We have our own custom jerseys. Perfect example here would be my favorite team right now. Would be Danger Zone. But so basically, the way this works is you got to come up with a shirt design. You have to include the Club Waka logo, and you have to get it approved. This is John Murray's jersey. Whenever he gets up and takes it, but I mean, a lot like so you've seen like SKK, Bed Bath & Beyond. This season, we've got, I think, 4 teams have jerseys. Danger Zone's got jerseys. Kangaroos has jerseys.
Scoregasms.
Yeah, Rob Scoregasm has jerseys. Is it 3 or 4? I can't remember.
So Scoregasms, Danger Zone, Kangaroos, and I think that's it.
That's it. Okay. So we have 3 teams that have jerseys. Really, it's really simple. You just come up with a design, or talk to one of these vendors. My vendor of choice is Kickball Apparel.
Yeah. Kickball Stuff.
Kickballstuff.com, KBS Apparel. Rick's a great guy. I know most of the players. Involved. I play with most of the players involved. I definitely drink with most of the players involved. They have a great art team. They know the ropes. They know Club Waka. They know the rules. So if you guys are ever interested in any kind of jerseys, I know aside from Kickball, our unofficial drinking team has jerseys to them as well. It's the Brew Crew. They can really help you guys out with anything you need in that aspect. There are multiple vendors out there. I know on the West Coast, I think 626 Designs is a good one. But basically what this means is instead of going through the process of, from what I understand from reading the announcement that was made, instead of going through the process of a captain have to putting all this stuff together, fronting the cash to get it there and delivered, and then collecting money and all this whatnot. It's going to be streamlined through the Club Waka site or the vendor site, something of that nature. I don't know the details yet from what I've read, but I think it's a great thing. People get tired of random colored T-shirts.
People have like 50 Club Waka shirts.
Yeah, I mean, if you played a couple years and a couple seasons, you've got every color T-shirt there is, or multiples of colored T-shirts. I have bins of Waka shirts.
No, a lot of times when I get my standard shirt in, I just put it in my surplus stash that I have for the league.
Plus, it lets the teams get more creative with it. So if we actually have a league where everybody gets jerseys, we could have like a jersey contest or something like that.
And here's another thing too, very important. If you're a captain or you're on a team and you're thinking about a custom jersey, very important. Your custom jersey needs to be the same color as your team's color.
Yeah.
This is for 2 reasons. One, if not everybody on your team gets a custom jersey, you can still tell what team you're on.
Yeah.
It's good for your team and competition-wise, so between teams.
Yeah.
2, you don't want 10 teams showing up with a blue custom jersey. That way you could still keep the color differentiation going.
Yeah, so like Bed Bath & Beyond, our jerseys are blue. We were normal royal blue or whatever Waka color blue is. SKK, our jerseys are green, so we have hunter green T-shirts.
And hopefully it'll incentivize teams, because it's one of the things we do for the league.
Spice up. They're really good stuff.
It's first come, first serve for team colors.
Yeah.
And the way you get that, the way you make it happen, you have to have 10, basically the minimum that you need for the field, 10 players signed up on your team, registered, with a minimum requirement. So you got to have at least 4 girls, at least 4 guys. So hopefully, if people are really adamant about getting a specific... Thank you.
Your hand's famous now.
if people are really about getting like a specific color because they have this really awesome custom jersey, hopefully they'll get their people signed quicker, which is makes my life easier and less headache because I have a better idea of how many free agents I need to place.
It is, and that's the thing too. It's something like a lot of new players. Like so, we did these. These are called half or spot subs. So this is just this design and just this design. It's not the whole jersey design like some of the ones you've seen. They're different prices. These are a little bit cheaper. I figured draft league, newer players. It's gonna be kind of hard to not everyone wants a jersey, but you got options. Got plenty of options. And they have great art teams, and you can let your imagination run. I've always got my jerseys in on time. Sometimes it's day of, but hey, that works for me too. I don't care. I think it's going to open up some new creativity in teams in the league, but we'll see what happens.
All right, so upcoming and new league stuff. I know a lot of people were huge fans of the Sand Kickball tournament. Been talking with Brent over the last week. We will be doing that again. Potentially more than one tournament. Maybe even a league. So if you were played in the Sand Kickball tournament earlier this year and you loved it, you're going to get a chance again.
Sweet. That's the one with the bigger ball. And
8 players in the field, a large ball, right on the ocean front.
Yeah,
obviously a lot of details to work out, but it's in the works.
I mean, that'd be cool. That's a lot of exposure too for kickball in general. I know wiffle ball had a ton of exposure out there, doing various things like that as well.
Let's see what else is happening. So obviously fall season's already open for registration.
Yep.
You waited this long, you already missed the early bird special. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's true. I need to get off my ass and do that.
Price is only going to go up, so get signed up now. Save yourself a pitcher of beer. That's really what it comes down to.
$5 is a pitcher of beer, and we had this discussion. When we were at what was it, the Captain's Power Hour or whatever it was. Something up in Power Plant up in Hampton for a walk.
That's right, yeah.
Where Ryan here ordered a Bud Light, a normal Bud Light, a normal 16-ounce bottle, and paid just as much for a pitcher here at Buckethead. So
hold on, I think it was $4.75.
Okay, I'm sorry, it was a quarter. So $4.75 for a bottle of Bud Light. Other places, $5 for a pitcher here. Can't beat it.
All right.
Plug. Sponsor.
Any rules that have come up in the opening weeks so far? None?
Not really.
I'll have to cherry pick a few for next week.
Tomorrow looks like no rain out as of right now.
Yes, so forecast for tomorrow, 86 degrees and sunny at game time. Let me throw this up here. So these are games for next week.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is next week, Monday. So first of all, bar game, horrible trivia.
That sounds great.
It is. It's awesome.
Got a couple birthdays tomorrow too, I believe.
That's true. So horrible trivia and headgear theme. So it's anything you wear on your head. If you've got ears and you want to wear ears, that's fine. You got like a mask thing, that's fine too. You want to wear a bandana, hat, you name it. Anything counts.
Oh, headgear. Got it.
Yeah. I did actually have like 3 people ask me about that. Like, what? They were like, what counts for that? I'm like, anything that like you can wear on your head. Go on your head
headgear. So if you like to steal hats and you have a collection, this is for you. I don't know anybody like that.
All right, so we're doing 3 games at once again. A lot of teams with a doubleheader. Predictions on some of these games? What about bunt cheeks and new kicks on the block?
I'm gonna take bunt cheeks in that game, just because, like I said, they've got a solid talent core. New kicks are getting it, but they are a brand new team. They're a corporate team. They're brand new. I think bunt cheeks is gonna come out on top of that one.
I think they got a couple more weeks left before they'll be up to speed.
I mean, it really doesn't matter though. You could get up to speed by tournament time, and
it's true.
Upsets all day. I'm all about underdogs. I love underdog teams.
Danger Zone and Nene's kids.
As much as I love my SKK team, I think think we're going to take them on this one.
Go
We're
with,
not missing anybody this week.
I'm go with Danger Zone 2.
Yeah. Love you guys.
It would be really bad to lose my first game back, so
I
we
didn't
definitely need to win.
I
So.
didn't throw my shot. I didn't throw my Dewey and I didn't throw our normal team prep post out yet, so I don't even know who's going to be there. But
okay.
I'm pretty sure everybody's in. Last time I checked.
Then we got Kicko Mode and Scoregasms. Davin should be back. I'm going to go with Kicko Mode on this one.
I mean, I don't think Kicko Mode success relies completely on Davin. Sorry, Davin, I know you're listening, but
No, I mean, I
think-
think, obviously Kicko Mode did fine last week. They, again, considering the roster situation, I just think with Davin back, he plugs a little bit of a hole in the field for him, helps him out.
I would agree with that.
And then we got, for late games, we got Bunt Cheeks and Kicking Kangaroos.
Well, before we leave on Kicko Mode and your mom's orgasms, I think I'm not gonna say it's a tie, but I think it's gonna be a couple run. I think it's gonna be like a 2 or 3 run game.
Scoregasms did make an improvement from week 1.
And that's, I'm gonna call it a 2-run game with Kicko Mode coming up on top.
So late games, Bunt Cheeks and Kicking Kangaroos. Now I wish I could ref this one because I think this will be a very interesting game. It'll be a good litmus test for Bunt Cheeks to see where they're at.
That's probably true.
This is a little bit of a tough call though, because I definitely underrated Bunt Cheeks in my preseason rankings.
I think we all did.
I think I had Bunt Cheeks.
We all
Bunt
did.
Cheeks at 5. I have him at 5, something like that. So
I remember.
Any common
I thought we
matchups yet?
kind of discounted them because Tal pretty much said he was picking his friends, and we're like, oh well, but then I mean he did pick his.
I think there were a couple.
Well, I mean, he played
picks in
smart
there, but,
too.
yeah.
Well, so realistically, he pulled a couple vets out of there, and then all his work people, and that's fine.
Yep.
Well, we just don't know who his work people are. That's the thing. We don't know what they can do. But I think they're proven. I'm telling you, they're proven to be a sleeper team. Which, again, huge fan of sleeper teams. But Bunt Cheeks and King Kangaroos is definitely gonna be a good game. I think we're gonna see how Bunt Cheeks is developing, and we're also gonna see how Kicking Kangaroos has tweaked their chemistry.
You know what though? I'm gonna go with Kicking Kangaroos on this one.
I'm gonna go with Kicking Kangaroos as well.
I think it's going to be a close game, though. But again, I haven't seen Bunt Cheeks play like a really, really good team yet.
And that's what I'm thinking. If Kicking Kangaroos has made adjustments and they're on point, I think it's going to be a game that's going to be won by capitalizing on errors. Getting that extra base when you can, playing that over.
And again, I think that's where Kicking Kangaroos have a little bit of advantage.
Yeah, I think they've got a little bit more experience on that side of the house. Yeah.
I think it's going to be close. Like I said, I would love to be able to watch that one.
I agree with you. It's going to be a close game.
We have KPMG and Nene's Kids. So this is interesting because KPMG started red hot. They didn't do as great against Scoregasms, and then Bunt Cheeks beat them.
Well,
so,
true.
I think this will be a close game.
Who did they play? New Kicks on the block first?
KPMG played New Kicks.
Okay.
Then they played Scoregasms, and then Bunt Cheeks. They lost to Bunt Cheeks 7-3.
Okay. So they came out hot against another corporate team. They came out hot. They have experience. So, again, things are starting to level out now, so we'll see what happens. But I think this game, KPMG, which it is, because it's actually a very interesting game. And I I think this will be. KPMG will see if what they're doing is working, and Nania's Kids has the opportunity to actually come together and get their first win. But I think they'll take that first win and go with it. Keep in mind, most of that team is against KK, and our league record wasn't really that great.
Yeah.
We were right in the middle the entire time.
Well, some forfeits played in.
Yeah, well, still. I think Nania's Kids is going to come on top of this one. But there's way more experience on Nania's Kids.
I'm gonna go with KPMG on this one.
Okay.
Because I think it's gonna be a close game,
possible.
and KPMG.
They're no slouches. Especially when we played it last year, and after some of their girls just started line driving these balls, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I sat there as Charger, twiddling my thumbs, like nothing was coming to me. I'm like, it's all going over my head.
All right, and then finally, Danger Zone against New Kicks.
I think a Danger Zone, but
Going Danger Zone on that one too.
we'll be. I think we're going to win. I would love to see New Kicks pull an upset, just for shits and giggles. But it'll be a fun game. We'll make sure it's a fun game. It's not going to be a blowout.
Oh, we got some comments here. Oh, some from Christina Snyder, someone that you passed on in the draft, Tom.
I didn't pass on her. I just didn't get to her
Kicko
yet.
Mode kicked a triple against Danger Zone last week.
Yeah, Christina, I saw.
Can you confirm that?
Yeah, she did.
And then,
It wasn't really a triple. There was an error involved, but okay.
Yeah, she said you should have drafted her.
Yeah,
You should have. You should have.
Yeah. I can't be selfish. I have to let other teams have some good girls.
Do we have anything else to cover? Is that it?
Sponsor shout out.
Wow, this is kind of a quick one.
It is. But I mean, we need guests.
That's true.
We need people to come here and talk shit with
That's
us.
kind of our fault. We didn't exactly announce this one ahead of time. And really try hard.
We've been kind of a little busy the last 2 weeks. So I'll be out of town next week. Ryan's gonna need some company in here. Come keep Ryan company and talk smack about Mondays.
Try to get some people. Anyway, everybody have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. A decent number tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And we'll see everybody, yes, tomorrow.
So,